like,
Sorry, that was belated.
no worries. I like how you were able to get everything done, be timely, you were organized, all this stuff. Would you be interested in managing and being a consultant for the other projects across the country?
Wow.
I had to think about it. And I'm charging like $300 an office to manage. But I ended up getting, like, I'm actually making the stuff too. A lot of the times, because a lot of the sign companies either can't get the stuff in time, or they don't want to buy the whole roll of this specific whatever. And I happen to have like copious amounts of it. So I'm actually making money off of the jobs now, that way. So that was for this guy, this job
Hmm.
the other day. So I'm like, a little bit, of course, I'm going to try to step above, to make sure that I get the other 50 to 100 offices as well. So there was a little bit of, future thought in that as well. It's not just a one off.
Right, right. Yeah, so that's part of the whole incentive to take on this management opportunity, right? It's not just the fees that you'll be getting for consulting, but also the likelihood that you'll also be getting the signage work.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a bitch. I won't lie. Like, it's a lot
Yeah.
to try to call other sign companies is excruciating.
Right.
I hate it.
Uh,
I hate it because I like to, I don't know, I want to know fast.
you're
And
doing that because you're calling other sign companies because they're outside of your area?
yeah, like most, I'm doing a lot in Florida right now, Indiana. Yeah, I can't do those.
Yeah.
I'm not going to. So I have to source them out. And it's really hard because I'm trying to do everything from Google Maps
Yeah.
and see everything, see the entire offices and everything like that, and then tell them what to do.
Mm.
There's a little bit of a learning curve still. Um, and I'm hoping it'll get easier.
Yeah. This is kind of like akin to any new product that you take on. There's going to be like these growing pains. You're adding like a product that you know, you've asked to do, and you don't necessarily know yet how the efficiencies and how to do it in an effective manner. So if it's something that, my dad would always call it the cost of doing business. Like, if you're going to be consulting and this is probably, this is a product that you want to offer down the road, then your discovery of how to do it efficiently is the cost of doing business. Like, you're doing Google Maps now, but maybe you can get on a uh, Zoom call with one of the facilities people over there and just take you to a tour, for like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, and I've
use the
asked for
camera
photos
and stuff.
and stuff. The problem is they're not seeing it the way that I need them to see it. Like, I'm
That's
like,
why
can
the
you get
live,
me in front
that's why the
elevate?
live call, you know what I'm saying? Like a live call
Right, right,
on
right.
them. And then, hey, let's do it on your camera phone. And I want you to turn the camera and just take my direction. I want to see this. I want to see that. You'll sound more like, director like and expert like, I think, if you demand that. Otherwise, and I don't know what the implications of your limitations would be, you might not serve them to the best of your ability with the photos and Google Maps and such. And then things might turn around and be like, and you might start making excuses. Well, I wasn't there. It's hard to do that kind of stuff, and you'll learn the hard way. So um, I've had customers uh, do it for me, and I do it for other customers. Like, I'll do Zoom calls while in production, and I'll show them exactly, or FaceTime if they have iPhone, that's easier. WhatsApp perhaps too. We could just click on, easily get on a video call, and I'll show them exactly what's going on, or it's an exhibit that we have, and I just have a live call with them.
That's a pretty good idea, actually. Like, there's always a build out at a new location.
Yeah.
So there's like a GC there. I just have to get the GC to like know how to do that, which I'm sure that they can figure it out.
Yeah, or you do a little step by step. Hey, first step, download, take your phone and click on this link. It'll bring them to the App Store, download Zoom. And I think Zoom too, you don't need an account. All you need is the app on your phone. And if you have a meeting, like to set stuff up, you need an account. But if you have a meeting to go to, you don't need an account. And if they just click on the meeting link, as long as they have the app, it'll just open up for them.
Do you know if I can record if I don't have an account?
Yes. Wait, record. I'm not sure. Oh, you can definitely record to your computer. Yeah, if you're on your computer, you can record. I just don't know if you can record to the cloud.
Okay.
And by account, I mean paid account. Like you'll need an account to set up you need a free account, right, to set up the thing. But a paid account, you might need a paid account to store to the cloud.
Yeah, I think I will, because right now the other problem is like I have 15 offices and I'm totally mixing them up like all the time.
If you think the calls are going to go more than 45 minutes, you'll need a paid account.
Yeah, okay.
Depends on what cloud you're using. You could have your own cloud.
Yeah.
Don't you have your own cloud?
Yeah.
Good. That's free.
Yeah. Well, kind of.
Are those rolls hanging on above your head?
Huh?
Are those rolls hanging above your head, or is that just how you decorated your tile? Wow.
No, that's rolls.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm in the office.
Look at that. I've never seen that before. Overhead.
Yeah, it's all the small bits just up there.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fine.
So I mean that's a great opportunity, and also tally up your time too. You want to also average at least $200 an hour, when you're doing consulting.
Totally. But the reality is like, I know that like this first off, I just finished one yesterday. I absolutely made that $200. It was I barely did any work.
Nice.
But then like the one before, I think I may have broken even.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like you want to average, and then you'll get your process tighter. So that variability is much less.
Yeah. And I know that in the beginning, I wasn't going to make any money, like you said, I set up templates and stuff like quote requests that I could just over and over again, just use the same thing. And I wrote their signage manual. So I just insert the pages and everything like that. So it's getting easier, and I'm hoping that I make more and more profit. I only want to spend about an hour total on each office. Should be no reason I can't call or email a sign company, the document, I get the quote, I forward it over, they approve it, and I say go. And I get the photos and I send them back.
And this is a cool way for you to research or get into other markets too. Like, you've maybe found a good partner in Florida, right? And you're able to sell some stuff in Florida and outsource it to a good partner. Who knows? You'll be able to establish a network. I've seen you post sometimes on Facebook, hey, any installers in this area or that area. So
yeah, I found a really great guy from Sign Shop Talk that I'd love to work with again. This may be my, I want to retire in 9 years. So this may be, maybe this is my thing where I just do this. I consult. I could see that. So I'm just training myself now.
Yeah, you could do it from anywhere, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Just some notes from last week that I had. Let me see. Oh yeah, Jace's friend. How's that going?
He comes next week.
He comes next week. Okay.
I talked to Jace though more. We're just gonna keep an eye out on him. He's not really covering for him as much as, it may appear. he's being honest with me.
In
So
terms of like he doesn't really have the ability to do it at that level. Is that what Jace is saying? Or
Jason's saying he's good at these things,
yeah.
and he'll be an asset to you there. Don't expect him to be able to do like vinyl work and whatnot. And obviously he doesn't have a driver's license, so I have to deal with that.
Yeah.
And the other personal things. He's assuring me that that's probably not so much an issue, that I won't be seeing it or having to deal with it. But I think when he brought it to my attention, I think that's how he was trying to explain maybe the driver's license thing. Like he was trying to give it an excuse maybe for me to understand why a 40-year-old man doesn't have one. You know what I mean?
Hmm. So his strength would be mainly in installs. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's
And like a gopher. He's a gopher.
Yeah. Like a shop hand kind of gopher.
What? Gopher.
What do you think
Yeah,
a gopher is, Steen?
A goofer or a gopher?
A gopher.
Gopher. Is that like a go-getter in English?
Sarah.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
They used to call him a Girl Friday, like way back.
A girl?
Girl Friday. They used to call him Girl Fridays. But basically it's a person who can go do like a bunch of different things that are not really like highly specialized, but you just tell them where to go. Like, I need you to go up this ladder. Or I need you to go get me a screwdriver. I need you to run to the store and go get me this. Like the person who can kind of do a bunch of little things.
Monsieur Dumas.
Oui.
Because Monsieur Dumas in American would be Mr. Dumbass.
As opposed to Monsieur Demain.
Oui.
Mr. Tomorrow.
Oui.
Right.
Yeah.
So, that's an asset. Sometimes we don't realize how much the gophers, save us time, because it's all like the pain in the ass stuff that, go to the store, get me this, here's the card. They know exactly, they could do it to that capacity, but the hands-on, intricate stuff will still, be in Jace's corner, it seems.
I mean, this guy can apparently install channel letters. So, and do hookups for $15 an hour. So
and you're able to keep him busy with that.
That's pretty. I mean, he can help with it, awnings. He can just basically do everything except like you said, very intricate work with vinyl, and he doesn't know how to design or anything like that, but he can print.
Okay.
So,
well, why are you getting him, right? I mean, mainly from where I sat, it was to free up a significant portion of Jace's time so that you can bring him onto some of the project management stuff. And then maybe Jace's friend, learns more of the advanced stuff, as the more seasoned he becomes. Is that is that still the strategy?
I'm hoping that I can train him on vinyl.
Okay.
I'm hoping that I can do a good enough job and work with him and be patient with him so that he can learn. Maybe nobody's ever taught him. Maybe
vinyl installation, vinyl production.
Maybe both.
Okay.
I mean, maybe nobody's found the right key, to his lock yet. So I'm gonna try. There's no harm in trying. Good. Maybe he also just can't or won't do it. I don't know yet. I do have a person like that who I've tried to show him vinyl like a million times, and he's just doesn't have the patience or whatever it is to do it. But he's really good at what he's doing, so I'm just going to keep him there.
Yeah, he's in the right seat.
He's in the right seat.
Yeah. And are you fully onboarding him, or are you doing like a trial, pay him directly type of thing?
That I'll probably do 2 weeks, and I can get under 600.
Yep.
And then I can just see how it's going.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. So we went from in our pre-press position, I invited 4 people for the live interviews, a skills assessment, and like 2 people bombed, like they couldn't even they call themselves graphic designers, and I'm convinced that they've actually done graphic design, but they couldn't get to the document size in Illustrator, InDesign. They didn't know how to outline fonts. I'm like, wow, this is why we do this. And it's crazy. I don't know, like, what do you design if you don't know how to do that? But 2 people, but there were 2 that rocked it, and they're going to be working part-time hours for under $600 before we make a final decision between the 2 of them. So that's going to be our process too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll be a good way to do it.
You have something like that, Steen, like where you can pay somebody directly. Here in the US, you can't pay somebody who should be a wage earner. You can't pay them as a contractor, really, up to beyond a certain point. So you're allowed, to pay them up to $600 in that way. And then beyond that, they should be a W-2. They should, be an official employee of your company. Do you have a way where you can try, legally?
No, basically not. The only thing you can do is you can ask them to invoice you, and they can do that without having a VAT registration up to like $10,000, something like that.
Okay. So it's a little more lenient there.
Yeah, you can do it like that.
If they invoice you like through PayPal or Venmo or something like that.
Invoice and then send the money to the bank.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that would be nice if we had that here.
Yeah, I mean, it's been $600 for as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
We haven't gone up at all. 10,000 would be great.
10,000 would be great. Yeah. I mean, we have no employees. Okay, cool. Anything else going on, Sarah, that you wanted to ask about? Something happening this next week that you want to discuss?
I mean, things are just really good. I'm sticking to the track and I'm doing well. So I'm just gonna keep going.
Sounds like it. Looks like it too. Good job. Steen, where has your path led you this week?
Yeah, well, it's summer holiday, so no customers whatsoever.
Okay. Time to move the needle forward in one of your endeavors, right?
Yeah. So I'm just signing a contract, a lease on a new office.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, and I'm very excited about that. It's not that big, but it's very close to my home, like 4 minutes on a bicycle. I think you know the concept.
4 minutes on a bicycle?
Yeah, 4 minutes on bicycle, 2 minutes in car. So it's very close.
Yeah. Yeah, that is cool.
And that's very nice. It's not that it fits my purpose very good. It's quite small. It's you measure in square feet. I think it's 2,000 square feet. That's all.
That's decent.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
There's room for everything.
Not bad for a side business.
Huh?
Not bad for a side business.
Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah. And I hope to start moving in a week or two.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that you in US don't mind about it, but I have an hour and a quarter to the office each way.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Well,
your hour and a quarter might be different than a lot of people here, because your hour and a quarter, I don't know how much country road driving you're doing, or if it's a lot of city traffic.
It's 30%. So most of it is actually just on the highway.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. So,
yeah, but it's still so it will save me a lot of time, almost a work day, because I go 3 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
So that's almost like a whole work day.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's good.
That's very good.
Yeah.
And it's something where you sign long term, or is it month to month? What is the?
No, I think I don't know. I haven't read the contract yet. I'm about to do that, but I think I will. Normal is that you have like 2 years,
Mhm.
and that's fine. I won't change anything in 2 years because I will get some more space for some of the new products. Because actually, at this time, my printer room is like 300 square feet,
Mhm.
and I have 6 printers in there.
Wow.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's there's not much room for anything. But yeah, so that's gonna be good. Then the Australian dude that I haven't heard anything from in months, he
Mhm.
showed up again. He just had a kid 3 months ago, and maybe that's the reason. But I'm gonna challenge him a little bit on the continuity of dialogue because it's ridiculous that you don't get any answer for 3.5 months. Otherwise, I'm gonna tell him to forget about it. That's not serious.
Right. This is for your partner. And this is not your salesperson that you're talking about. Your
Nope.
salesperson is European. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's the salesperson in or partner in Australia.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And yeah, you should exactly. And you shouldn't chase. It's one thing to chase a customer, but to chase a partner is different. Like it's not worth it if they're not in it, and they really need to be in it
mm,
100%. Then it's not worth it. Jason from the Night Group, he's doing something very unique where he's partnering with his customers who already have sales organizations, and and he's offering to give them an incentive to sell sign products. So specifically, like he's partnering with janitorial service company, somebody that does that, a company that will clean toilets, do general cleanup and maintenance. And they go from business to business, walking through businesses and seeing where they can help out. And they're hunters. So Jason was like, well, I could hire a salesperson for myself, or I could go to he actually went to a recruiter, and a salesperson recruiter gave him this idea because he's in a remote area where there's not a lot of hustle and bustle, least of all for selling and sign sales. So the recruiter said, hey, why don't you try this? Talk to your customers. And he's establishing relationships now with people who are already selling stuff to businesses to just also add sign services
yeah,
to their product line.
mm,
And I think that's pretty brilliant, at least in theory. So
yeah, it's a good idea.
yeah, and the moral of the story is that it's beyond it's not the relationship where if that partner hears that they might need signs, then they would pass a name along. No, Jason is going to teach them about the product, and expect that it is a very, very warm handoff, to his customer service people, that they're basically pre-sold, and it's just a matter of, getting a hard estimate on the, on the signage.
Okay.
So yeah, when you're looking for your partners, I think I would look for the same thing. Get somebody who's motivated to really sell the product line for you because you're investing in them.
Yeah, but he invested as well. I mean, he went and bought printers and rented office space and stuff like that.
Wow.
But maybe he has had too much on his plate, getting a baby and having work and have to find the right way. I don't know, but I'm gonna challenge him because I'm not gonna waste a lot of time on the thing that pops up every 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you do challenge him, you can ask him, why did you want to do this in the first place? Well, and he'll start saying the reasons, and like, did any of those change? Are those still valid? What's stopping you from putting this on the front burner? Do you really, or do you not believe that what we're doing together can get you where you want to be? Then he'll start opening up, and you'll really know.
Yeah. We'll see.
Have you been able to set something up with your salesperson? Have you gotten in touch with him to just check in?
He should be back day after tomorrow. He's in France, so he's not reachable at the moment. So day after tomorrow, I should talk to him.
Cool.
Yeah, and then I don't know if you saw the video I sent you.
I did not know. I didn't have a chance to look at it yet.
Yeah, it's new. It's the new shining object I've been working on. But it looks really good, and I've improved it last week because I have not much else to do. I have a lot, but it really shows great potential. So I believe that's gonna be a great hit. But I will see if I can put it on our
Facebook group. Yeah.
On the Facebook group. Yeah, if I can share it there.
Yeah, just beware. Like, no matter how awesome and how lucrative or how great an idea could be, you're always going to get a point with any great idea where it's going to become dull, and you have to go over this bridge or chasm that you just have to muscle through. And that's where we're most vulnerable to the other shiny objects. So it's like, oh, I was all into this at one point. Now I'm not. I don't know why. In theory, it's got great potential, but I don't know why I'm hitting this emotional, kind of like blah roadblock here.
Yeah.
If you and then you're just tempted by other shiny objects. So when I look at a shiny object, I have that in mind. I'm like, look, I just play it forward. Like, okay, this is going to be good, and I'm going to do this, and this is going to be, we always think like somehow it's going to turn into money in the bank, and it could, but there's a lot more emotional investment that we have to put into it that we're not exactly aware of when it comes time to consider pursuing the shiny object. We just see the potential, which is great. That's what entrepreneurs are supposed to do. But then then it's going to take some grit to get past that chasm.
Yeah.
And I recall all the times where I just didn't have that. And I'm like, I don't want to do it for this one. I don't want to do it for this one. And I almost imagine me in a dull place so that I can talk myself out of a new application, another vendor meeting of a cool, I saw like lit up Coroplast signs for real estate. I was like, whoa, that's so cool. I can, I'm like, okay, stop this. This is not. And yeah, that's probably the best advice I could say. Just, be very wary. You're always going to come across these things, and you're always going to hit a point where.
Yeah, but this one I have too. This is the one I talked about last week, where I have this big client who wants to go this way. So.
Oh, okay. So it's not like it's new, but it's not like brand new.
No, it's not brand new, but okay. Now proof of concept is coming in. Some people used it, and it looks good.
Okay, forget everything I just said.
No.
I mean, it's all valid, but in your case,
yeah, but
you haven't hit that. You haven't hit that wall yet.
No, but I've done that on many other things, so I it's a good story for me to hear. because
No, but that's good that you're taking it to the next level, at least on this,
this one, yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm really trying to keep moving towards that obligation that I have with this product and this client. So
Post it in the group, because there are apparel companies, people that print, that are involved with apparel printing, that I think would geek out over this in this group. So if you could post the link in the group and give a little blurb, a few lines about it,
yeah,
something to hook us to.
it's a advertisement for watches. So otherwise, you could just go and get a nice watch anyway.
That's it.
I'm sure the client will like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's the only thing I have. This office thing is very important for me, because that's gonna change a lot for my business, no
Good.
doubt.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, just the commute alone, and sometimes that's a drag too. Like if the gym, is an hour away, are you going to work out as much, right? If sometimes you just don't feel like being productive because of the obstacles in place between you and that facility. So
True.
That's why I bought a house 3 minutes away from mine. 10 minutes on the bike.
Oh, you know a bike?
Oh yeah.
That's a bicycle, not a bike.
Bicycle, not a motorcycle.
Okay.
Bicycle. And then I wanted to save even more time, because my commute to the gym was 8 minutes. I was like, I don't want to do that 6 days a week. That's 48 minutes. I'm going to build one in my basement instead.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Squat rack, right?
Oh yeah. The whole
Actually, it might be a secret, but you can move outside, and you can actually run and exercise in many ways.
Yeah.
It's a secret, but
I know.
now you know.
Sometimes I run to work on the weekend,
Yeah, but that was only 3 minutes, right?
No, yeah, I mean, I'll do a loop, so it'll be at least a 5K.
Okay.
Yeah, then I'll get to yeah.
5 kilometers.
No, I thought you were working in miles, and I say 5 miles. That's pretty nice.
Well, we do when it comes to running, we do it in kilometers a lot.
Okay.
5, 10, 20K.
Yeah, no, that's very interesting. Yeah. Units in the States is a crazy thing.
Yeah, we just cherry pick.
Yeah. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Even in our own language, we'll have French words, Dutch words, I'm sure.
Yeah, we pick a lot of words from America these days, especially IT, which I disapprove. But yeah, that's the way it is. Especially if we have words.
Oh yeah, well that's.
Yeah, then the people use English words, although we have brilliant, fine Danish words for it.
Well, I don't know how it is in Denmark. I know in Israel, I'm Israeli. I speak Hebrew. I have family in Israel, and even on the radio, they'll, just like you said, they'll use English words for words that are perfectly available in Hebrew. But I think it just sounds more trendy to say it in English. It sounds cooler, and it sounds like avant-garde a little bit. And because the media is using these words, then everyday people are using these words, and it just becomes colloquial.
Yeah. But I mean, sometimes I try to throw in some French words.
Yeah.
And then people say, what are you talking about?
Yeah, that's old school.
Well, if we can't pick a language, we might as well swap around as much as possible. They don't like that.
start clicking, talking in clicks. Yeah. What?
Exactly.
Guys, if you have anything else, feel free to shoot it at me. I know it's kind of a shorter session, but I'm all ears. If you want to discuss anything, and if you have a busy day, I don't want to keep you from it. Is there anything else, guys, that you want guidance on for the week coming up? Just a note reminder, the week of the 2nd, so I think our session will be on August 6th. If that's a Friday, that will be off. So we'll regroup the following week, but I think we have 1 or 2 before then.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
No, you guys are good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yep,
Terrific.
good.
Awesome. Enjoy the weekend. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you guys next
You too.
Friday.
Thank you. Okay.
See you.
Guys.